That's fine. My name is Jenna Meeks. I'm a master's degree student with Dr. Andrew Kniss. My project was interseeding winter forage crops into standing corn. So as most of you may know, cattle are a big industry in this region, and also so is corn. So when you combine those two in this region, we get a lot of cattle grazing on corn over the winter on that corn residue. Most of those cattle during November, December, January are in their last trimester of pregnancy, and their protein requirements are higher than other times during pregnancy. So unfortunately, corn is not very nutritious, so it's more of a quantity over quality when we graze corn stalks. So what we were trying to do is increase the protein availability to those cattle during the last trimester of pregnancy. So we planted winter forage crops that were high in protein. The seed mix included crimson clover, annual ryegrass, rapeseed, turnips, and radishes. So the first year we seeded them September through October. As you can imagine, we didn't get a whole lot of growth due to the cold. So then the next year we started seeding in July. When we sampled those in December, we didn't get too much of a difference. There was only about 80 pounds per acre, which is equivalent in cattle terms to about 0.2 AUMs. So when we sampled in November, the earliest planting date that we had in July gave us about a half of an AUM. So as expected with the earlier planting date, and when it's still, you don't have as much loss due to snow cover and just normal winter conditions. So if you plant early and if you graze early, you can get about a half an AUM, planting with about 12 pounds per acre of that total seed mix. So either planting earlier or increasing the seed mix, we would expect to see greater biomass production for grazing for those cattle. A spin-off study of that, we looked at if you plant earlier, so if you're planting in July, say you move that into June, will your herbicide program that you have for your corn impact if those cover crops establish as well and grow as well with various herbicides? So we planted 8 different herbicides. You can look on page 103 for those. I'm not going to bore you with that. Basically, we found that most herbicides used in this area will be safe. They won't decrease the biomass production of those cover crops. Again, page 103, and the planting date study is on page 101.